guys, welcome to my channel if you're new, or welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a chit chat, get ready with me. I'm going to be answering some questions you guys have asked me. I put up a poll on Instagram the other day, so we're just going to get started. I'm going to start off with my brows. I'm just going to go in with an angled brush. It's a double-ended. It has a spoolie on one end and an angled brush on the other. I'm going to be taking the Maybelline Eye Studio Brow Pomade in the shade Blackest Black. It's just like a drugstore version of the Anastasia Dip Brow. This is what it looks like. Obviously, it's been used, but this is a lot cheaper than the Dip Brow, and it works just the same for me. I know in the last video a lot of people were asking me to show how I do my brows. My brows take me a while a lot of the time, so I'll show you guys how I do one of them just so you get an idea, and then I'll do the other one off camera, and then we can start answering some of the questions. So let's bring you guys in a little bit. Okay, so you guys are in a little bit closer. I'm just gonna brush out my brows with a spoolie just so I get all of the hairs going in the direction that I want them to, and then I just go into the product. I like to start off towards the tail of my brow and start off on the bottom. So as you can see, I just drew a line at the tail, and that's going to be the darkest, and then without going in with extra product, I will start adding towards the beginning. So this way I have kind of like a foundation of where my brow is going to be, and then I will go back in and do the same thing to the top. So as you can see, this gave me the shape of my brow. Obviously, shape, thickness, darkness is all to your preference. This is the shape I usually go for. Like I said, I like it darker in the end and lighter in the front. So I'll go in and start darkening the tail, and then once I get to the very front, the very start of my brow, I usually won't shade it in. What I'll do is I'll wait till I do both of my brows, and then at the end I will start shading it in with the spoolie. That way it looks more natural and I have more of a light start from light to dark. So just from here you can see the difference from this to this. Obviously it looks really crazy, it looks thick, it looks crazy, I know, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the other one off camera, and then I'll come back and show you guys. Okay, so as you guys can see, I just did my other brow. They look, I know, like I said, they look super dark, super big, super thick, but that is what concealer is for. So for concealer, this is the Maybelline concealer. It looks like this with the applicator. It reminds me a lot of the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a dupe just because this one isn't as thick as the NARS one is, but it's really good. It's cheap. You can get it from Walmart, Walgreens, anywhere, and it works really well. And then I'm also just going to take another random flat brush, and I'll use that to conceal my brows. So I'll just take some, put it on the back of my hand, just like that, and I'll conceal my brows. So while we're concealing my brows, since that's pretty self-explanatory, I am going to start answering some of the questions that you guys asked me on Instagram. I put up a poll a couple days ago asking you guys to ask me anything you guys wanted to know. So I screenshotted them. I'm going to scoot to the side and I'll put them right here, hopefully. And let's see what you guys want to know. Okay, so someone said, what places have you traveled to out of the country? Well, my parents, or my family I should say, is from Senegal in West Africa. So obviously I have family in Senegal, so we travel to Senegal quite frequently. When I was younger, we used to go a lot more. We used to try and go every year in the summer. Okay, talking while doing this is hard. Let me conceal my brows and I'll be right back. So when I conceal on the bottom, I like to bring it out all the way to the middle here, and I found that by dragging it out this way, it's easier to make sure that your two brows are even, because where this is starting and where this is starting, if they're the same, obviously your brows are going to be even. And then I also like to drag the concealer down all the way onto my lid. That way it doesn't build up right under my brow and doesn't make it look so highlighted once I try and blend it. Alright, so I'm back. I did my brows. They're not even like always, but it's okay. It's okay, we can do this. So I'm just gonna go in with my Real Technique sponge to blend out the concealer before I start working on the rest of my face. But back to the question that I was trying to answer before. What place have I traveled to? So like I said, my family is from Senegal in West Africa. So obviously I've been there. I've been to Paris, France. I've been to other places like due to connecting flights from traveling, but actual destinations, I think I've only been to Africa and Europe, which I don't say that in an ungrateful way. Obviously, I'm grateful to have been there, but I think those are the only two places I have been out of the country. Someone else said Sephora or MAC. I don't think those are really comparable. Sephora, I mean, I guess for those of you guys that don't know, Sephora is a not just a makeup store, but just like a beauty supply store that sells makeup, brushes, skincare, perfumes, like a lot of different things. MAC is like a brand, one brand. Sephora carries multiple brands. So I mean, I guess Sephora, just because I can get multiple different things from Sephora. If I'm going to MAC, I'm just gonna get MAC products, which is fine, but if I could only pick one forever, it would obviously be Sephora because I can get more things from there. Next, I'm gonna do foundation. So for primer for my foundation today, I'm gonna be using the Bella Pierre Cosmetics HD Makeup Primer. The container looks like this. I have glitter in the top because I'm messy and I got eyeshadow on it. Don't come for me. But I usually just take a couple pumps and spread them out. You don't really need much with this primer, and I just spread it in with my fingers. The next question, someone said, sis, what is your skincare routine? Because your skin is flawless. Not flawless at all. But thank you. I have nothing really to complain about. I have really always had pretty smooth skin, I guess. Not smooth skin, but I really didn't have to suffer with acne or pimples and stuff. I mean, obviously I get pimples here and there, like you can see I have a couple, but I usually only get pimples like this, like around my period. I'll get a few pimples, but usually like they're super small. I know how to deal with them, so they go away. But other than that, I never had like acne all over my face. The only thing that really like bothers me, I guess you would say, is like the texture on my skin, which I feel like that's just how my skin is. There's not really much I can do about that. But as far as a skincare routine, I don't really do much. For a while I was doing the like pure black soap and water and just washing my face with that every day. That kind of helped just keep my skin like on a regular regimen, but I never really had anything where I was doing like a bunch of different products and stuff. Doesn't really work for me. I notice that when I do too much with my skin, it starts acting up. But I have been wanting to get rid of like my texture really bad, so I've been doing like a hyaluronic acid skincare routine. For those of you who don't really know what hyaluronic acid does, it reduces the visibility of like fine lines, wrinkles, texture. It helps smooth out your skin. It is an acid, but it's gentle enough in most products to where it can be used daily. So this new cleanser I've been using is Neutrogena Hydro Boost Exfoliating Cleanser, and this has hyaluronic acid in it. The hyaluronic acid content in this is not super high, so you can use it every single day. And the exfoliating beads in it are not super harsh, so you can use this cleanser every single day and still be good. After I use this cleanser to moisturize, I use the Neutrogena water gel. This is also in the same series as the cleanser. They go together. I've been using it for a couple weeks now and I've noticed a difference. It is working, so I'm gonna keep that up and see how it goes. Since we did Maybelline for the eyebrows and concealer, I think I'm gonna keep it up with the Maybelline. Maybelline already has a Super Stay line, and that is supposed to be like their full coverage foundation that is super long wear. So I have it in the liquid already, but they just released a new stick version of it. So as you guys can see, this is the stick version of it. I grabbed shade Deep Bronze in 370. It looks like this. So I've never used this before, but we can try to see. I really like the Super Stay foundation in the liquid form, so I feel like this stick should work. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this directly on my face. Now, a lot of you guys were saying that my foundation was looking crazy in my last video, and I can see it now. It looks orange. All right, so I lowered the exposure on my camera a little bit. Hopefully that makes a difference. I'm gonna go in with the Morphe MB7. It's another angled kabuki brush to start blending this in. So far, I can tell that this does not have as much coverage as the liquid one does. So I was putting a little bit just because I didn't want to put too much at once, but I'm definitely gonna need a little more. Okay, so I'm gonna go into the same concealer again. My camera's dying! No! Okay, so we're gonna keep going till it shuts off. I'm gonna take my Maybelline concealer and conceal my face. But the next question is, what are your favorite falsies? That depends if you mean like drugstore or high-end. Drugstore, I really like the brand Ardell. The style really just depends on what you're going for. If you want dramatic, if you want something natural, that's all personal preference, but I like their lashes, I'd say, a little better than Kiss lashes. Kiss is also a drugstore brand of lash. Kiss is pretty good, but I feel like Ardell's lashes feel more like less plasticky than Kiss's do. Kiss is really good, don't get me wrong. I have lashes from Kiss that I use, but they're not my go-to. For high-end lashes, my favorites nowadays have been Lily Lashes. Can you please sponsor me, Lily Lash? I love Lily Lash, okay? They are pretty expensive. I think, well, they have like affordable regular lashes that aren't mink, so they're not real hair, and those are 10 bucks, 12 bucks, which I mean is pretty good because you can reuse them. But these ones, they have 3D mink collection, so it is mink. Let me show you guys. They're mink, they're real hair. I will show you the inside. I mean, they're just gorgeous to die for. They have so many different styles. Like I said, they're pretty expensive. I think they're like 30 bucks, at least these styles are. But the very first ones I bought back in December, and they've still lasted me up until I think a couple weeks ago. When I was taking one of them off, it started getting a little like flimsy, so I'm like, okay, these need to go. But I ordered more and they've lasted me 3 months, so that's really good. I recommend them. My camera's gonna die, so I'm going to blend out my concealer and I'll be back. Alright you guys, so we're back. I went ahead and blended out my concealer. I also went ahead and did my contour just to save some time. And now we can work on our eyes. I'm going to be using 2 palettes for the eye look I'm going to do today. I'm going to use a Subculture palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is what the palette looks like if you haven't seen it already. it's not a new palette. Also gonna use one of the palettes from the Jaclyn Hill Vault collection, which is the Ring the Alarm palette. These are the shades in the pans. So I'm gonna go ahead and use both. I'll bring you guys in a little bit closer. All right, so I brought you guys in a little bit closer just so you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna be showing you guys how I do an eye look that I've been doing a lot lately. I'll post a picture of it right here. But this is an eye look I've been liking a lot lately. It's a halo eye. So the next question I'm gonna be answering is, what is your favorite drugstore brand? And somebody else also asked, what is your favorite high-end brand? So to start, I'm gonna take the Anastasia palette and I'm gonna take the shade Fudge and put it in my crease on both eyes. I'm not a makeup guru. I'm not a makeup artist. This is not a makeup tutorial, so don't judge me, okay? I just do what works for me. But I'm gonna take a Morphe M139 brush. So for my favorite drugstore brand, that's a little tough. I would probably say either Maybelline or CoverGirl. I feel like both of those brands carry a lot of products, and not only do they carry a lot of products, but a lot of their products have a really wide shade range for being drugstore. So I would say probably those two. For my favorite high-end brand, listen, I'm cheap, okay? I don't really buy a lot of high-end brands. Once again, it really just depends on what I'm looking for. I really like NARS for their concealers. Fenty, obviously Fenty has it all. Fenty's really good. I really like Too Faced. So it really just depends on what I'm going for. So next I'm going to take the Ring the Alarm palette and I'm going to take the darker orange shade called Alert, and I'm gonna put that right on top of where I just blended the brown in my crease, just to make it more warm. The next question somebody said is, how many tattoos and piercings do you have, and did they hurt? I have 2 tattoos and I have 1 piercing. I have 2 tattoos. Both of them are on my ankles. I'll put pictures here. The first one I got is the one of the elephant. It is an elephant with music notes coming out of its trunk. I got that one in 2017. I never ever thought I was gonna get tattoos, but as soon as I saw that one, I fell in love. For those of you that don't know me, 2 of my favorite things ever are elephants and music. So I figured those 2 together, it just explained me perfectly. It's super small, it was super cute, so that was the first one I got. I got it on my ankle just because since it was my first tattoo, I was trying to get it somewhere where obviously it wasn't gonna hurt that bad. But not only that, just because for professional reasons, I guess, in a lot of jobs, it's hard to get jobs, or it's hard to be seen as professional or taken seriously if you have tattoos that are showing. So at that point, I was working at the courthouse still. So I got it on my ankle so nobody would see it and nobody would clock me. But I got that one there, and then in August, this past August, so like a year later, I got another one on my other ankle, and that one is in Arabic, and it says God willing, which in Arabic says Inshallah. And I got that one just because, for one, I like the way the Arabic looks. I love Arabic writing, but also the meaning. I believe that anything in life, anything that happens, anything you do, anything and everything is God willing. So no matter what happens, it's not in your hands, it's in God's hands. So that one meant a lot to me, so that's why I got that one. Why I got it on my ankle, I honestly didn't know where else to get it, and I knew that the ankle didn't really hurt that bad the last time, and also I knew it was somewhere where I could see it, I could show it if I wanted it to be shown, but I could also hide it. So As far as piercings, I only have one, which is my nose. I got that the same day I got my second tattoo. That was completely last minute. I was not planning on getting that done that day. I've wanted my nose pierced ever since I was like 6. Before I even knew what a nose piercing was. I've wanted my nose piercing for a long time. So finally that day I was at the shop already. I was like, might as well just get it. So I got it. As far as pain for all of them, they really didn't hurt. And I have 0 pain tolerance and they really didn't hurt. The pain for the tattoo was probably like a 3 or a 4 out of 10. And the nose piercing was like a pinch. Like, it hurt for the second when you put the needle in, and after that it was done. I feel like the aftercare for the nose piercing hurt more than the actual piercing did. But it wasn't that bad. So now I'm gonna go into the Jaclyn Hill Ring the Alarm palette again. I'm gonna take the shade Secret at the bottom. It's another brown, and I'm just going to take some of that and put it in my outer corner and in my inner corner to start creating that halo effect. Then I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and blend that out together. Someone asked, how many languages do you speak? I speak English, obviously. I speak Wolof, which is the dialect language from Senegal. So I speak that fluently. French, my family speaks it. I should speak it. I understand a lot of it. And I can speak some of it. Most of the time, the reason I don't speak is just because I'm like too embarrassed to try and say something and then sound super stupid. So French is like so-so. Same with Spanish. I understand a lot of Spanish. I grew up here in Tucson. There's a lot of Hispanics. You hear a lot of Spanish, so I understand a lot of Spanish. I can speak Spanish. Once again, I try not to if I don't have to, because I don't want to sound stupid. But if I have to, I will. Obviously, like if I'm out somewhere and I'm speaking with somebody, if I have to speak it, I will. If I go like vacation stuff, go to Rocky Point, if I have to speak it, I will. But that's about it. So English, Wolof, and like French, Spanish mixed together. Does that make one? So like 3? I don't know. So now I'm going to take the Subculture palette again. I'm going to take the gold shimmer shadow that's in the middle here. It is called Adorn. And I'm going to take an angled brush. This is a little thicker than like the brush I used for my brows. And I'm going to actually spray it first with any sort of setting spray I have. This kind of helps make the pigment show up more on my eyes. And then I'm going to pack that just in the middle of my lid, and that's going to give us that halo effect. So I'll put it here, and then I'll also go back, spray the brush again, and go back on top of it just to pack the pigment on there. Okay, so now that that's done, that is pretty much it. It's pretty simple. So now what I'm going to do is apply my lashes. I'm going to be using the Lily lashes that I showed you guys earlier in Miami. Someone asked, what is your biggest accomplishment? I would probably say when I graduated high school, just because, like, or I guess most of you that know me know I graduated high school a year early, so I was 16 when I graduated high school. So that was a lot of hard work and it paid off, so I think that would be my biggest accomplishment. I'm going to put on my lashes and we'll be right back. Alright you guys, so I'm back. I went ahead and put on my lashes, as you guys can see. When I tell you that these Lily lashes are it, these Lily lashes are it. They just change your whole face. They're a must. So to end this video, I'm gonna go ahead and put on my highlighter. I'm going to be using the Artist Couture by Jackie Aina loose highlighter in Le Bronze. While we highlight, I'll answer a couple more questions. There was a lot, you guys. Someone said, who are your top 3 beauty influencers? I watch a lot of beauty influencers. The top 3 that I watch the most, I'm gonna go in with just a highlighting brush. The top 3 that I watch the most would probably be Jackie Aina. As you guys can see, I'm obviously using her highlighter. So I would say Jackie Aina. I also watch Alyssa Ashley. Do you guys see that? Like, I love this highlighter so much. Oh, Shalom Black. I watch Shalom Black a lot too. I like her videos. I watch Abby Nicole. I like her videos. So those are a few. Once I do that, I go in with like a powder brush and kind of blend that out. And let's see, I'll answer one more question. Someone said, if you could collaborate with any influencer right now, who would it be? And honestly, it would probably have to be either Jackie Aina or Alyssa Ashley. If I were to collaborate with Jackie, it would be just because how she is with like complexion products and like awareness for darker skinned girls and making sure that like we're included. I would like to collaborate with her. If I were to collaborate with Alyssa Ashley, it would be for like her quality of her videos, because she is like quality. Sorry, I got a text. She is like the queen of quality. All of her videos, everything, her pictures like on Instagram, everything is so perfect. So I'd like to collaborate with her on that. And we are highlighted. So that is it for the questions. There was a lot more. I'm sorry if I didn't get to answer your questions, but if I would have sat here answering all of them, it would have took me too long. So for my lips, I'm gonna go in with the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb. This is the original one. This is what the applicator looks like. I'm just gonna go ahead and put this on, and this is the finished look. I'll give you guys a close-up. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.